What's going on, Washington Commanders Nation? It's your boy Rio Robinson, back with the latest and greatest on the Rambling with Rio YouTube channel, where we ramble about the Washington Commanders. It is now day 4 of NFL free agency. Washington's current signings and acquisitions over the last couple days are starting to trickle in and out of the building in Ashburn. And as they sign their contract, they are meeting with the media. So far, we've heard from Marcus Mariota, new backup quarterback, new long snapper Tyler Ott, and kicker Brandon McManus so far. So as they put their names and put ink to paper, we're seeing them speak and address the local media. It appears everybody we're bringing in is going to get a press conference of some sort. We just watched a longtime Washington staple and one of the key cogs to this defense over the years get a contract elsewhere. Kendall Fuller, starting cornerback, just got a 2-year, $16.5 million deal from the Miami Dolphins, which is a lot less than what people expected. That's less than what the spot track value and what fans were expecting. And it looked like a pretty doable deal on Washington's side. But here's what I have to say to that. If there's anything we need to trust Dan Quinn and Joe Witt Jr. on, it's developing the secondary. They are elite developers of the secondary. They got the most out of every guy in that secondary during their tenure in Dallas. And Kendall Fuller may have just not been a fit here for what they want to do defensively. We've seen that Washington has not aggressively or proactively went about bringing back most of the guys that are impending free agents on this roster. And I'm totally okay with that. While I do appreciate Kendall Fuller, I think at times I didn't necessarily appreciate him like I should have. He's a very solid and consistent cornerback. Not elite by any standard, not bad by any standard, just a very solid, good corner. I would like a corner that can run some more, but I totally get us letting Kendall Fuller walk. And with the rumors that we're talking to Isaac Yiadom, Jordan Lewis re-signing in Dallas, it appears they have their own type of corner they're looking for. They're looking for corners with more size. Isaac Yiadom is 6'1", just under 200 pounds. You know Dan Quinn loves his long corners. No pause on that at all. But I appreciate Kendall Fuller, and I wish him the best in Miami. After recently releasing Xavier Howard, they pick up Kendall Fuller to be their number one guy out down there in Miami. Go kill it out in South Beach, my guy. Washington signed another linebacker today, but this appears to be a depth linebacker, but special teams guy. Anthony Pittman, a guy Lance Newmark knows very well from his time in Detroit. He's going to be a special teams guy here. So that's 3 linebackers added to the rotation with Frankie Louvu, Bobby Wagner, and now Anthony Pittman. We're in talks with Isaac Yiadom about a contract. 14 passes defended in 2023, started a good portion of the season after Paulson Adebo went down for the New Orleans Saints. 8-year guy, 28 years old. Washington is just getting a lot of value signings. They're getting a lot of value signings. They're not breaking the bank. They're not shooting for the biggest of fish, but they're signing guys that could actually ball out. Like, they're giving them incentive-based, prove-it deals with chances to actually see that ceiling hit with some of them. Like Jeremy Chin, for example. Jeremy Chin on a 1-year deal has the capability of getting a long-term deal here, because if we can tap into his ceiling and how good he was earlier in his career here, we could have a superstar safety. We're talking about the number 1 relative athletic score safety in the history of the combine. Jeremy Chin, when he came out, he had a composite grade of 10, ran a 4.4. His 20-yard and 10-yard split, elite size for his position at 6'3", 220. 20 reps on the bench, 41-inch vertical, 11-foot broad. We're talking about one of the freakiest safeties in the league. So all these signings Washington has made so far, like we're talking like 16 agreements have been done by this team right now. Mariota, Eckler, Biotish, Allegretti, Zach Ertz, Armstrong, Fowler Jr., Farrell, Louvu, Wagner, Chin, McManus, Tyler Ott, and we got Jeremy Reeves and Jamison Crowder taken care of yesterday. We had linebacker Anthony Pittman today, and now we're in talks with veteran cornerback Isaac Yiadom, 6'1", 7-year corner, who most recently played for New Orleans and was top 10 in pass deflections in 2023. There's a clear plan here in DC. They're not breaking the bank. Despite the fact that we've signed all these players, we've only spent like the 6th most money in the league. Imagine that. The Falcons in 3 signings have spent $100 million more than Washington has signed. This is no over-the-hill game. This is no 1999 Dan Snyder spending spree. We're aggressively pursuing guys at positions of need, and what we're doing in filling these positions is freeing up and allowing Washington to moonwalk into night 1 of the draft in a best player available mindset throughout. Yes, certain positions have not been tackled yet, as in left tackle, or just say tackle in general, because Wiley's turnstile ass may be kicked in to compete for the left guard job. We may need tackles on both sides of the line. Washington, with all the signings they've made, they've allowed themselves to be in a best player available mindset. And they've also allowed themselves, they can be as aggressive as they want to during the draft. They can move up and down that board at will. They want to move up into the first round and pick a left tackle to pair with the quarterback we selected too. Easy. We have the capital to do it, and we've checked off enough needs in free agency that it allows us to do so. It doesn't have to stop there, because we still would have the remaining 2nd round pick. We have 2 third-rounders as well. We could move up into the 1st and move back into the 2nd for multiple picks in the 2nd as well. Washington has the flexibility to do whatever the hell it likes to. And these additions we've added to the roster this year only adds to Washington's security and draft capital moving forward in 2024. I would like to see how we're going to handle the free safety position. It appears Cam Curl is gone. I wonder what his market's like. We haven't heard too much from that. I've seen some bogus report about him signing with Seattle, but we haven't seen too much on the Cam Curl front so far. I want to see how Washington handles free safety. Jeremy Chin is 100% starting. It's strong. I want to see, Dan Quinn likes to have a nice middle fielder, sideline to sideline general at free safety. I would love a guy like Tyler Nubin in the 2nd round, and I'm going to have a post-free agency mock draft coming up in the coming days, so be on the lookout for that. Left tackle, are we going to bring in a DJ Humphries, a Tyron Smith, a Josh Jones to be a placeholder at left tackle, and whatever tackle we take early in the draft, are we going to kick him to right for a year so he can be mentored behind a vet? Are we going to go to the draft route where we take 2 tackles and start both of the kids early? I would like to have a vet at one of those spots, especially left tackle. Give me a Tyron Smith, Josh Jones, DJ Humphries type, Trent Brown to put out there for the first year. Having a rookie quarterback, I would love, since we're picking a rookie quarterback high, we're going to have to come back into the first for tackle. It would be nice to sign a veteran left tackle to start and kick our rookie to the right side and get Andrew Wiley the fuck off the field and have a young tackle learning from our vet left tackle and working out the rotation later on. I'm excited about what Washington is doing. What we've done sets us up to do anything we've liked going forward. Adam Peters has a plan. He's sticking to it, and that boy is cooking like a 5-star Michelin chef right now, and they're not done yet because Washington still has money to spend. I don't see any big fish, large, lucrative deals being signed by the team, but there's still a lot left to be done. There are still spots on the roster that need to be addressed, and Washington has money to spend and hella picks to do so as we grow closer to the NFL draft. We're about a month and 11 days away from the start of night 1, and Washington's biggest need still remains starting quarterback. Is Sam Howell going to be dealt in the coming weeks to the NFL draft? We shall see. We're watching quarterbacks be traded. Mac Jones was traded to the Jags. Desmond Ritter's Jiffy Lube manager head ass was just traded to the Arizona Cardinals for Rondell Moore. So that Atlanta offense is taking shape right now. They just added Captain Kirk, to be their quarterback long term. They added Rondell Moore, and they added Darnell Mooney to go with Drake London, Bijan Robinson, and Kyle Pitts, meaning they have no excuse to not take over and dominate that food ass division over there in the NFC South. Things are getting interesting. Washington has been one of the most calculated, aggressive teams in free agency so far, and I expect that to continue. I imagine they chalk something out with Isaac Yadam, which would fill a cornerback need here. And the cornerback room interests me because the line is going to be significantly better. The front seven, the line and linebackers are going to do their shit. And once we add a free safety to pair with Jeremy Chin, that's a room I expect to be significantly upgraded as well. The whole question mark with this defense is, what is Dan Quinn and Joe Witt Jr. going to get out of second-year player Emmanuel Forbes and veteran cornerback Benjamin St-Juste? St-Juste fits the size profile that Dan Quinn likes at the cornerback position. How well will they be able to develop these guys? How well will their scheme fit the skill sets of these guys? Because they appear to have a type at cornerback. And they also appeared to be very, very interested in drafting Emmanuel Forbes for Dallas last year. They expected him to be there in the 20s before Washington took him at 16 last year. If they can get anything out of Emmanuel Forbes and just make him look like a starting corner in this league, this defense is cooking. If they can somehow get Benjamin St-Juste to develop some type of ball production, this defense is cooking. And if there's one side of the ball I have all the confidence in the world is going to immediately see results, it's that defensive side of the ball based on the staff they've hired, the signings we've made, and what we're going to do in the draft. We've been very heavy in acquiring defensive talent to add to that unit. We'll probably see the best of Jonathan Allen and Daron Payne under this current regime that we have. But just to sum up what's taken place so far, day 4 free agency for the Commanders. We've heard from free agents Marcus Mariota, Tyler Ott, and Brandon McManus. Kendall Fuller skates to Miami on a 2-year, $16.5 million deal. We signed linebacker Anthony Pittman from the Detroit Lions, special teams guy for the most part, depth piece at linebacker. And we are in conversations with cornerback Isaac Yadam, formerly of the New Orleans Saints, who started a bunch of games when Paulson Adebo went down for him last year. As the news comes out, your boy will be here on the channel to update you guys. Until next time, hail to the Washington Commanders. Commander Rio, out.